Hello, my beauties. I hope you're all doing amazingly wherever you are on the planet. I'm Diana Mao, and welcome to my channel where today we're going to be taking a look at the energies for the forthcoming, very electrifying new moon in Aquarius that's taking place on the 29th of January. And there's actually a lot of Aquarian energy in this chart. It's not just the sun and the moon. Aquarius is an air sign, so it's very mentally oriented, and it's also ruled by Uranus, that maverick, that rebel. And so it feels like this new moon is ushering in with it an energy that really does feel like it's bringing a spark of genius. That's how it feels. Actually, I remember reading for a guy some years ago now who had a whole boatload of planets in Aquarius in his first house of personal identity, including Uranus, including Mercury, and he was an engineer. And he also had this amazing air, a real kind of air of mad genius professor about him. It was brilliant. What Aquarian energy is all about. It's that eccentric genius that, and it feels like it's bringing with it at this time some streams, some sparks of knowledge, some sparks of inspiration and insight that come out of nowhere. Remember, Uranus is a real bolt out of the blue, unexpected energy. So I'm talking sparks of genius that come like a bolt of lightning. And it feels like these are so inspirational, and they are propelling us forward right into the stratosphere, and helping us to birth these new worlds that want to come into play, that want to be birthed, which is so, so exciting. This is very revolutionary energy. Aquarius is very revolutionary energy. In fact, this guy that I was just talking about, he was born in the 60s. And this is one of the periods when Uranus was in Aquarius. And if you think about it, this was such a revolutionary period in human history. There were so many cultural and social shifts happening during the 60s, and particularly the counterculture gained so much momentum, right? There was free love, peace, destigmatization of sexuality, the de-shaming of sexuality. It was all going on in the name of progression. Aquarian energy is all about progression and society, egalitarianism, humanitarianism. So this is the kind of flavor of what wants to be birthed through us at this time. So it's really about becoming aware of what wants to be created through us. Now, Aquarius is also about interconnectivity. So if we're all doing this work, if we are all, each of us, stepping into the expression of the unique flavor of human being that we are, for the benefit of all of us, then, I mean, this is limitless, really, isn't it? There's no limit to what we can create together. Yes, I mean, what an amazing tapestry we can create if we're all in our unique expression and power. So just take it from me. If what you were channeling through around this time, whatever inspiration is coming through to you, if it is also for the betterment of all of us, not just for your own egoic desire and preference, then trust me, this is what wants to come through. This is what wants to be created. This is in accordance with divine will. So just trust the process and enjoy it. Now, we do have a square from the new moon to Vesta. Vesta is an asteroid and she's basically highlighting our devotion, the service that we're bringing forth for the divine, also touching in on our inner fire. So it feels really present to start to put this question to yourself. What's my unique gift? What are my unique gifts and perspectives that I feel compelled, that I feel excited about sharing with the world? With all of this said, let's dive in. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look at the chart. And needless to say, if you're enjoying this content, please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and drop me a comment. I would absolutely love to hear what inspiration is coming through to you at this time, at this very pivotal time in human history. Okay, let's go. This new moon features the sun and the moon together at 9 degrees of Aquarius. So the masculine sun is at 1, with the feminine moon, as they always are. They're always together on the new moon, of course, which highlights the inherently sexual and creative nature of the universe. And this is, of course, why the new moon is the time of the month where we can transmit our conscious intentions. So the sun rules consciousness, our conscious mind, and the moon rules our subconscious. So this is the time of the month where we can transmit our conscious intentions and our conscious desires right down into the womb of our creative subconscious, which is symbolized by the moon, the dark, fertile womb that gestates and transforms all matter. So yeah, the new moon is that super fertile time of the month where the sun and the moon, the masculine and feminine, are in union and we get to seed our intentions. This is always the optimum time for new beginnings and setting our intentions and doing all of that work. So this is the question: what are you looking to seed with these current energies? And more to the point, what is also looking to be seeded through you, remembering, of course, that this life is a co-creation with the divine when we are working with conscious intent, which is so exciting. Now, we have also got Mercury. Here he is. Mercury is also conjunct the sun and the moon, as well as Pluto here. So there's a lot of Aquarian energy in this chart. Aquarius energy and Pisces energy. But we'll dive a little bit more into Pisces in a short while. Now let's talk a little bit more about Aquarius. This is a very forward-thinking, innovative sign. You know, it's the maverick. It's the inventor of the zodiac. It's the sign that says, I want to do it my way. And it's not going to look like anyone else's way because it's going to be in absolute accordance with the unique individual that I am. Aquarius is the rebel, the black sheep, also the zany, crazy individual spark of consciousness. And Aquarius also wants to make the world a better place. No exceptions. You know, there's no inequality here with Aquarius. This is a very humanitarian, socially conscious energy. So basically, over this new moon, there's so many new vibrations coming into our field now from the cosmos. And so this new moon then, you know, it marks a very powerful moment to set intentions that are focused on bringing in this new world into our reality, these new cosmic visions, what we want to create. And so the key words that are coming to me here are innovation, interdependence, and collective consciousness. So this is about pushing ourselves to consider how we can embrace our unique gifts and contribute to the greater good at exactly the same time. This is also about thinking creatively and exploring new ideas. Mercury rules ideas, connections. So the potential of new collaborations might also come in strong here. Aquarius also rules community, friendships, social networks, which also, of course, includes online networks. There's no limit now. This really is so powerful and very electric. And yeah, limitless is what's coming through. There's no limit now with regards to who we can reach with our words and with our messages, who we can connect to, who are also on this who are also sharing this vibration with us. And what's more, we can connect in the blink of an eye. Aquarius and Uranus, this is very fast moving energy. This is quantum. This is quantum energy. Now, Aquarius is also about the pushing of boundaries, which is why it's also very linked to the cosmos and beyond Earth. It's not just about this solar system. It's going beyond what we've ever known. This is a very visionary energy. And like I've just said, this is going to the places that have not been traveled to before. This is going beyond the known. This is what Aquarius really is one of the key things it's about, as well as its ruler, Uranus. In fact, Uranus it was discovered in 1781, and it was the first planet to be discovered with a telescope. And this, of course, expanded the boundaries of what we thought we knew so far about our solar system. We thought our universe ended with Saturn, and Saturn rules time, boundaries, limitations. But no, of course, it doesn't end with Saturn. There is so much beyond the naked eye. And this is why also Uranus corresponds to aviation, rocket launches, space travel. This is all about the unknown and the future. This is very, very futuristic energy. And honestly, I'm so, so curious as to how things are going to start playing out for us all here now. This really crazy, pivotal time on the planet. And as I'm saying this, I'm seeing Uranus. And he is showing himself to me being very pivotal, because actually he's the only planet that we're aware of that is actually tilted at an angle. So he's literally just like spinning in space, but at an angle, a really odd angle. And it feels like we are on the precipice of being launched into directions that we've never experienced before, and who knows what this is going to look like. And now is the time where we're going to be receiving these kind of downloads that are really pushing us forward. It's really exciting. So this new moon I would really recommend just being very, very conscious and being very present with yourself and with the messages that are coming through, what you are being guided to, what you are really desiring in your body, where you feel the impulse. Uranus is also about impulses. It's like very fast energy, what feels good, what makes you feel alive. It's like this very electrifying sense of, I want this. Yeah, it's incredibly strong. Now, talking of strength, we've also got a very strong presence of Pisces here in the chart. We've got Venus, Saturn, and Neptune. They're all in a conjunction here. And now, of course, the nodes, they've changed signs. And so the North Node is also in Pisces. So basically, all of this is bringing with it a whole lot of depth, a whole lot of intuitive awareness, and a lot of highly emotional sensitivity. So the combination of archetypes that are all currently being expressed in this Piscean energy, Venus, Saturn, Neptune, they're all basically mixing together the kind of ingredients that are needed for high frequency creativity, for art, and for expanding the heart chakra. This is all Venus and Neptune, and also for spiritual growth and the expansion of our consciousness. This is Neptune. So that we're becoming more than just our human egoic selves. So basically we're talking big connection to the higher planes and to the higher frequencies and to inspiration. This new moon is absolutely kickstarting our development of these energies, of these connections that we are developing, so that we can bring them down into earth, so we can integrate them into our daily lives and create with them. This is what we're all being guided towards now. This is the current direction and the trajectory of our souls now, because the North Node, like as I just said, is now in Pisces, and the North Node symbolizes our development as souls. It symbolizes the journey of our souls. And Saturn's here in the mix as well, and he's bringing in an energy that really wants to ground these inspirations and these dreams into reality. So this is about dreaming big, and it's also about the question of, how can we make this real? It's about high aspirations and realistic plans. Now, we do have a square from the new moon to Vesta in Scorpio. You can't see the aspect, you can't see the actual square, because Vesta is an asteroid, and asteroid aspects don't show up on astro.com, but it's a square. And this also feels so helpful given everything that we've discussed so far. And I love how the universe is so benevolent and everything always arrives just when we need it to. And, there's nothing that doesn't perfectly fit with what needs to come through to us. So just let me explain. The square, which is a challenging aspect, is reminding us to balance, to find the meeting point, the apex of the square, the meeting point between our personal, creative passions, so all of these personal planets in Aquarius over here, with our commitment, with our commitments and the causes that we really care about. So Vesta, the asteroid Vesta, this is symbolizing dedication and devotion. So remember what we were talking about earlier in terms of what we're seeding, this needing to be for the good of all. So this square basically is here to ensure that this is what happens. There's no more room for trying to manifest stuff that's only serving our own individual egos. Remember what Aquarius says, we're all in this together. And of course, remember what Pisces says as well, we're all one. Actually, Pisces goes one step further than Aquarius. Pisces stands for a total merging of all of our individual selves. It's a total dissolution of the conditioned ego. The energy of Vesta is about serving a far higher purpose than the self. And all these personal planets and representing the self. But Vesta wants more than that. Vesta wants to serve the collective. Just to explain a little bit more about Vesta, she's actually number 4 of the first big 4 feminine asteroid energies. And she's basically named after the Roman goddess of the heart, the home and the family. So she's known as the goddess of the sacred flame. And in ancient Rome, she was worshipped by a group of priestesses who were known as the Vestal Virgins. And one of their tasks was to ensure that the flame of the temple never went out. So this is actually, in fact, vital to the security and the prosperity of Rome, because it was actually believed that the city's fortune was linked to the sacred fire that was maintained by Vesta's priestesses. There's so much to say about her energy, and I've been feeling this so strongly lately. I mean, she actually came through in a channeling session that I did a few days ago, and it was so unexpected. But for now, though, suffice to say that in astrology, Vesta is associated with themes of dedication, with devotion and commitment. So selfless service, basically. Focus and concentration too. So Vesta encourages us to really focus our energy on, the things that truly matter. So she helps us to eliminate distractions that might divert us from our purpose. And through her energy, we discover that actually fulfillment comes when we are being of service, when we are using our gifts to be of service. And just know that no matter what we seek to achieve in life, no matter how electric and innovative and genius it might be, it's only going to truly yield the results and the higher frequency energies and the experiences that our souls truly desire when it's also an expression of the dedication and the care for the community around us too. Anything less is not going to bring us what we truly desire on the deepest of levels. So yeah, when you think about it, how cool is this really? It's really like an energy of who are you? What have you got to bring to the table? And wow, we really need this. Please serve it. Now, if we just take a closer look at some of the other aspects surrounding this new moon, we do see these amazing supportive connections. And honestly, the combination of all of them gives such a feeling of imminent blast off. It feels so electric. So from the new moon, then we've got a trine to Jupiter, Jupiter retrograde in Gemini over here. And this is opening the door to a further expansion of innovative thinking and just some really ripe opportunities to learn and to collaborate and to share insights. Jupiter expands everything he touches, and Gemini rules collaborations, communication, learning, discussion. So in general, this could be a very social time. And here we have another benevolent aspect between the other 2 outer planets. So we've got Pluto and Aquarius making a sextile to Neptune. And these 2 are merging energies of transformation. So that's Pluto and spiritual awareness and higher consciousness. So this might also be a time where you are able to start to see things that up until now have basically stayed in the shadow. And these kind of insights might also happen really quickly as your consciousness begins to expand. This is really feeling like such a huge time of big expansion, big expansions of consciousness and developments of all these Neptunian qualities, also of compassion. And so we're able to forgive ourselves, forgive others, and basically be able to hold what we previously were not able to hold, bring out from the shadow and integrate it. And remember that also that Aquarius is all about truth. So also on a collective level, I would also say that from here on in, so many truths are going to be unveiled now, and actually at breakneck speed, which is of course why it is up to us now. It's up to us, on each of us on an individual level, to create the world that we want to bring in. Now let's just also mention a couple of aspects that are bringing with them, some challenges to overcome and work with for this new moon. So we have Chiron squaring Mars. And as we know, squares can produce tension. So this can indicate a little bit of a struggle between our desire to take action and the realities of our wounds. So are there still some things that you need to work through right now? So remember in the full moon that we had 2 weeks ago being pretty powerful in terms of a core wounding being activated. So it's to ask ourselves, are there still residues of this energy that need to be moved through? So I would say be aware here that this square could potentially lead to some feelings of frustration. But also remember that Mars is still retrograde, and it's going to be retrograde until the 23rd of February. So in any case, this is not the time for concrete, direct, forward move in action. Not yet. Just know that wherever you are is actually where you're meant to be, so just be there. And we also have a square between Pallas Athena and Chiron. And this is highlighting the potential conflict between strategic plans, which is Pallas, and our own healing journey, which is Chiron. So this is basically showing us that our plans, they need to consider not just our intellectual prowess and our general excellent capabilities, which is all very Pallas Athena in Capricorn. It also needs to consider our emotional well-being as well. And this is so, so important. Remember, to give the best, in order to give the best, you need to also feel the best. You and your well-being are so damn important. And this is a really good point to end on, I feel. To give the best, you need to also feel the best. Amen, and a million ahos to that.